The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org. Hi, my name is Ruben and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
Welcome to town, Eric Olin. And today you will get your formal introduction of your new Lobo men's basketball coach. What's up, boys and girls? And merry, what is today? Tuesday. And welcome to the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Symbieta, Isaiah Johnson's in for JJ today. How you living?
I'm doing great. You know, I meant to do an April Fool's joke this morning, but it's a little early, so I forgot.
So I meant to, but here's the warning. So whatever I tell you is crap today. Happy April Fool's. Be careful, beware. Is it weird that they're introducing their new coach on April Fool's Day?
Yeah, hopefully
is that a bad omen, or is that just is circumstance and that's how it is?
Well, I think papers have been signed, all right? So this isn't one big joke. I do believe it will be the next coach. I hope this is not some sort of sick build-up.
And they bring back Patino, and they're like, April Fool's.
Wow.
Even Trump delayed his tariffs until the 2nd because he didn't want it to look like an April Fool's joke, even though many of you believe it looks like an April Fool's joke anyway, right? 100% that's why he delayed till April 2nd. He's been saying, well, because April 1st, that's a very, very different day, and nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Yeah, with the sports tickets and stuff, I'm like, is this real? Is this a real thing?
Well, be careful what you believe today.
Yeah.
Just be careful what you believe. The Lakers beat the Rockets last night. Be careful what you... Oh, that was last night.
Yeah, that was
March 31st still in California. We, I don't believe we have... I'll just give you fair. I don't believe we're playing April Fool's games today. We'll see what Kenny Thomas has when he walks in at 9 o'clock. We'll kick it with Kenny, the former Lobo All-America, the 11-year NBA veteran. Get his take on the new coach and how he feels about the direction that his alma mater is now taken with the future of the program. We did, Zay, years ago, we pulled off a pretty good April Fool's thing. So the late Pat Frisch, who used to be the program director around here, was big on that kind of stuff. And JJ wasn't in on it. This has to be 12 years ago now. But this town's thirst, and I say this town's thirst, maybe not. It's my thirst, and I believe this town's need for an arena. I believe we just need an arena, right? An indoor arena. Tingley Coliseum is quite antiquated, and Rio Rancho's got a nice building, but it's out there, and just Albuquerque needs one. And so there was a year, and if you ask JJ about the El Pinto Palace, I mean, he went hook, line, and sinker. So El Pinto, the restaurant out north end of town, they made a salsa jar, a couple of salsa jars with labels with the renderings of the El Pinto Palace and what the new arena was going to look like. And we had the whole thing where the funding was coming from. I believe we had the mayor at the time come in and talk about how great it's going to be. We had the salsa jars out, and this is where where it's going. We did the whole show, I want to say. And at the last segment, we had Jim Garcia, who was at the time the promotions guy at El Pinto, and we were talking about it. And so Jim, really, so how did this? And is the last thing at the end was and April Fools. And JJ went, wait, what? And I started laughing, because we were getting calls all day about this. It's about time, and it's been too long, and we've needed this for decades, and that's so cool. It's going there, and couple. Well, I don't want my taxpayer money. I mean, the whole day was all about that, and it went April Fools on that.
Yeah, KKOB loves that topic.
Yeah.
I will say that's the topic that gets Albuquerque going.
The arena.
Yeah, the sports arena.
Well, we need one. I mean, we just do.
Yeah, well, the people or the fans that really want one and the fans that really don't want one.
Why don't they want? They just don't want to pay for it?
It is definitely heavily money related, and it's more like we need this. How come we're doing that?
Yeah, because we can't chew and eat and walk and drink and breathe, and we can't do more because we only have we need an arena. It would be a multi-purpose arena. I know I can't believe this is what we're going to do today. No, what I believe, and I believe the area is where Tingley is. And I know there's a big talk about like moving the fairgrounds and developing that area. I just, to me, that's always been where where the vibrant parts of this town. If you go out, where do you go? Do you go to Nob Hill?
No.
Where do you go?
It's going to be up near that area, or kind of. I will say I've gone to the Rio Rancho Event Center a lot.
No, but if you go out, like if you go out, where do you go out in this town? Do you go downtown?
Yeah,
you do go downtown.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would want it downtown?
Yeah, but also I don't think putting it somewhere in like Rio Rancho would be a bad idea.
No. Why? There is one in Rio Rancho.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Nobody goes.
Gotcha.
That's where teams go. God bless the runners and with the Gladiators have been able to do, but I mean, that's where the Scorpions went to die. The T-Birds went to die. It's a great arena. Albuquerque just doesn't go out there. Rio Rancho kind of does.
Yeah, you got to put it downtown. That's a good point.
Well, my point is in the fairgrounds, because I think the vibrant areas of town are Uptown and Nob Hill. Mm-hmm. And right in the middle is that fairgrounds, and that would kind of join those two. There's access to it. There's actually roads. That's where you built the damn art, right? So you could utilize your mass transit. It goes by there. Like downtown, it's hard to get in and out of there on a Tuesday afternoon at 2:00, let alone if you had 10,000 people in an event where, the egress, regress, the access isn't there. I don't know where you're thinking you're putting the land, like where, they were talking about the stadium. That's one of the reasons the United Stadium didn't happen down there. But anyway, that's
a good point. It also is kind of a trick question when you ask where I go out, because I literally never do. Okay. So I had to think about where I would go if I did go out.
Yeah. See, I mean, people are still doing downtown, and I'm not telling you shouldn't. And I know there's a big push to revitalize downtown. I don't know that it's harder to get in and out of there. There is no mass transit. There are public transit. There isn't.
Yeah.
And so let's just say you put it, there's been talk First and Broadway, or I'm sorry, Lomas and Broadway, where the old post office is, which they're not giving up that land. I mean, it's harder to get in and out of there. Anyway, that's a whole nother world.
All right. Great points.
A lot to do today. 505-246-0610. It is April Fool's Day. I don't believe we've got an April Fool's joke for you, but be careful what it is you believe. I do believe that on April Fool's Day, they are introducing the new head coach at the University of New Mexico. I do believe we have a sweet deal for you today. April 1st, it will be Southwest Chocolate and Coffee Fest. We will talk with Lena Armstrong Strober coming up at 8:20, and she'll get you all the details on that. 9:00, we'll kick it with Kenny. Hey, what's your thoughts on the new coach? We had Eric Olin in yesterday. Pretty good response. I think Lobo fan, for the most part, is down with Eric. He did great things at UC San Diego. I've got a number of people in San Diego who just love him. I don't know him. Talked to him on the phone, on the show yesterday. But I haven't heard a bad word about him. Mm-hmm. I think if he can coach and if he can do it at UC San Diego with the resources that they have, I think he's going to be good here. I hear people tell me, well, it's a different world. Yeah, a little bit, but why can't he do it here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
My first thought initially is, once I saw that he was at the same school for 20 years?
Yeah, 21 years, I believe. Different, not a head. I think he was head coach for 12 years.
Yeah, he worked his way up, and he even graduated from there as a graduate. So what my first impression is it's a great match for this reason. he knows what it's like to stay in one spot and build. Okay. And I think that by getting someone who came not from, you could say, a smaller school, and he brought them to where they were, got a tournament game last season, and he's been in one spot for 20 plus years. Naturally, I feel the way your brain would be functioning and would be programmed, you're not thinking of a stepping stool. Like, I don't think you're worried about this guy leaving after a year or 2 years. And I think that's something that, as a Lobo fan, we said off air, as far as I'm concerned, Pitino stayed longer than I think most people thought he would have. But I think you get a coach to come in, has been in one spot for so long. I think you can feel comfortable as a Lobo fan and feel comfortable building a program with this guy. And he's also got experience program building. And we just saw him do it. And now he can basically do the same thing for the Lobos, but on a bigger platform. So for him, super happy for him. I think it's a great get. I think it's going to be great. And he seems to be really, really good with the community already. I've heard multiple people here say he's really nice. And he hasn't even been here for like a full couple days yet.
Yeah, I know. I just rolled in last night. It's interesting. I'm not worried about if he leaves. Like I'm not worried about, is he going to stay here forever? Is this a stepping stone? Look, man, if he gives, let me ask you this. If he gives you what Pitino gave you, if he gives you 4 years, you go to 2 tournaments, cut down 2 nets, you're relevant, you're ranked, you're competitive, the building's full, people are excited. If he gives you 4 years and he leaves, are you going to be okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I am. I just, look, I don't know that I think anybody's coming in and going to be here for
20 years.
Right. He was at UCSD for 12 years as head coach and 21 years total. And look, La Jolla is a tough place to leave now.
It has to be.
I mean, it is, but career opportunities, and he was young, and he still is. He's 44 years old. I don't know that he's going to make a promise that he's going to be here. I wouldn't expect that he would. I think what he's going to tell you is, I'm going to build it. We're going to love it here. We're going to build it here. We're going to give you everything we got, and we're going to do everything to make you proud and win. And why would anybody sit here and promise I'm going to be here forever, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know that I think that's what anybody is waiting for. I think, but I'll ask you, what is it you want to hear today? What is it you want to hear from this head coach today? And maybe you've already heard it. Maybe you heard it on our show or on Grammer's podcast. Guy that is going to have energy, a guy that is, look, for him, this is a step up too now. Mm-hmm. And it just amuses me that I was reading on social media that, the UCSD job's better than New Mexico. Oh, please stop. Like UCSD is a great place. It's gorgeous. It is a tremendous academic institution. I don't know if you realize, last year they got 154,000 applications. Wow. Like, people want to go to school there. It is a tremendous academic institution that in the last few years made a bit of a commitment to athletics and went up to Division I basketball. But what do you want to hear from him today?
I think one of the best things as a Lobo, I can say a Lobo fan now, someone's rooting for the Lobos. I think the number one thing I'd like to hear from him is, I haven't been to too many coach press conferences, so I doubt they go to X's and O's and things like that, like what kind of team they want to run or what their scheme needs to be. Yeah. But I think that what I would like to hear is what I've already heard so far, and he is willing and wants to interact with the community, go out, talk to the community, immerse himself in the Lobo ways. You come to New Mexico, it's not the same as just going to another state. There's like tradition here. There's heavy tradition here. And I think that as a fan of the Lobos, seeing him interact that way would be great. I also think that just building on what was left off, I think, is also a big key.
Yeah, I think that's right.
There's some core players, I think, that are on the team now that me, you, and the fans would like to see come back. And I think just adding on what the Lobos have so far would definitely be a positive, and that'd be something that I think everyone should want to hear and see.
All right. Cade Dotson went into the transfer portal yesterday.
Okay.
And, he's going to have to re-recruit. We talked about re-recruiting the roster. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll get into what you want to hear, what you expect to hear from your new head coach today. Eric Olin will be introduced today at a press conference. And you'll get to meet him, and you'll get through all of that. 246-0610. Email is Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. You can find the show, and Adrian, I will turn my camera on.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of screen time.
Yeah,
here.
you are. Evidently, I didn't turn my camera on. All right, here, what the hell's going on here? I'll get you there. There you go. That should work now. And Kenny Thomas will be with us. You can watch us on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. On the Spot Automotive Detailing will come out and detail your vehicle. What does that mean? Well, they come to you and they bring their mobile unit and they detail your vehicle. That means you don't take your vehicle anywhere. You don't have to wait around. You don't have to they come to you, and when they're done, your car looks and feels and smells like the day you took it off the lot, like it was brand new. And odds are, with the tariffs and car costs going up and everything that's coming, you're going to have your car for a while, huh? Take care of your vehicle, because you're going to have it for a while. And now with the winds coming today, we're getting another one of those beautiful. How about that? Welcome to town, Coach Olin. Here's what they call a dangerous dust and wind day. We're getting one of those on April Fools. But the wind is nasty and it blows stuff at your car. Protect your paint. They have paint protection film at On the Spot Automotive Detailing. They have ceramic coating. You can prevent those nasty scratches and the stains and the fading paint. Call On the Spot. They were awarded best in the city because they are best in the city. They know what it takes to provide quality care for your vehicle. I know you will as well. Book and buy. It's all online at otsdetailing.com. otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting.
And we've been so Lowell basketball centric for so long. Text. Well, I'm going to tell you the fan base is it's going to be very uplifting for the new basketball coach. Average attendance for UCSD basketball was 2,100 versus our average attendance. I've seen those last 3 years at 14,000. Yeah, it's going to be different, man. Look, that's why I think this job was attractive. I don't know that any job was going to get you out of UCSD, but I think at some point you say, all right, I'm making $400,000, I'm living pretty good, or whatever it was in La Jolla, but 1 point whatever million they're going to pay me here and go and further my career, and I got an opportunity. And New Mexico is a program that has a little bit of a name nationally. Look, you get it. You've never been to the NCAA's Sweet 16 in the modern rendition of the tournament, but it's an opportunity for Eric to expand his, grow his career, to grow professionally. It's the opening drive. Jeff Sabieta, Isaiah's in for JJ today. We're here at 505-246-0610. All right, what else is going on in the world? Dude, torpedo bats have taken the world by torpedo.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I think I'm very happy I'm here to see this happen live in the present.
All right, so you're into the torpedo bat.
Yes, because I heard about it yesterday beforehand, and then I hear that last night the saga continues, and the data being built against it is just building as the games go on. And
well, what is the data against it? Just the numbers are gigantic? That it's not fair, that it's going to blow every offensive record out of the...
Yes, so I'm wondering if this is one of those things where they're going to look and say, okay, we got to ban this. Like, inform me. I don't know too much about baseball history, but is this kind of what happened, like, say, with, like, the Stickum or whatever? Like the sticky stuff
football?
on the... not Stickum. What was it for, I guess, like a bat? I guess
the rosin, like with George Brett's deal?
Yeah, wasn't there last year some guy got in trouble for, like, having some stuff on his hands at the mound or
the sticky stuff with pitchers. Yeah, you can't doctor up the baseball.
So is it one of those things where maybe it was legal at first and then they're like, hold on, these numbers are ridiculous?
It was never legal to doctor a baseball. No,
okay.
No, never was legal. So the torpedo bat is, if you haven't heard about it, so it looks a little different. And it's personalized to the individual hitter, and it's basically analytics and studying and it's new age baseball. Right. So the Yankees and let me preface this. Mm-hmm. It's legal. Okay. They're not breaking any laws or rules or whatever. The Yankees hit 15 home runs in their 3 games to open up the season. It's a major league record, 15 home runs in their their first 3 games of the year. They hit 9 in 1 game on Saturday when they beat the Brewers. And they're using these, quote, torpedo bats. Now, Aaron Judge evidently isn't using it.
Okay.
So it's named torpedo bats because the shape somewhat resembles a torpedo. But they're customized bats, and they're tailored to each hitter. They tailor the barrel, the thick part, the meaty part of the bat to each hitter. So instead of there's a standard swell of the bat, and this one's more wood in the barrel shifted closer to the hands. So basically what it is, it's all about locating the hitter's sweet spot, moving more wood to the area that's a sweet spot. Oh. And every hitter's sweet spot is different, and so too is their torpedo bat. So the Yankees analytics department watched this, and there's a lot of data here, right? So they watched every player's hitting data. And I mean, just imagine what goes into this. But so the widest part of the bat or the barrel would be placed on your bat where you hit the ball most often. So they watch all of your at bats. They watch all their players at bats. And where is he making contact on the bat? Is it higher on the barrel? Is it lower on the barrel? Is it closer to the hands? And so then they had Louisville Slugger or whomever, but in many cases Louisville Slugger, make bats that had the meat or the barrel or the sweet spot where these guys make the most contact. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So like Anthony Volpe, the barrel is closer to the label on his bat. Okay. Jazz Chisholm or Cody Bellinger or Paul Goldschmidt, right? They all swung these bats this weekend. They say it doesn't feel any different, but Jazz Chisholm said, it helps you just in a little way. Mm-hmm. He says, I don't know the science of it. I think I still hit the ball the same, like exit velocity as I always did. It just it gives you a feeling of just like you have more to work with. You probably don't have more to work with, but it just feels that way. All right, well, but you do.
They don't want it to get banned. Yeah, they're saying they're media trained on this, it seems.
Well, but it's literally just happened, right? Yeah. I mean, like rarely does something just pop on the scene like this. So it was a professor, a physicist at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, a guy named Lenny Leonhardt, who developed this. He was an analyst for the Yankees.
Sounds like a madman.
Totally, right? I mean, just like in his little lab and the scientist in his white coat and watching all this film. And
yeah, he's got like 100 TVs in there.
Right? And he said the idea was driven by the players as he noticed a common concern that the players' voice, they wanted to make more and better contact with pitches. And so, quote from Leonhardt, it was just about making the bat as heavy and as fat as possible in the area where you're trying to do the damage on the baseball. It's just through those conversations where you think to yourself, why don't we exchange how much wood we're putting on the tip versus how much we're putting in the sweet spot, of course. That's the original concept. Just try to take all that excess weight, try to put it where you're trying to hit the ball, and then in exchange, try to take the thinner diameter that used to be at the sweet spot and put that on the tip. That was his quote. Now the guy's working for the Marlins. So the bat evidently weighs the same, feels the same, but the meat of the bat, the barrel, has more wood, and hence balls are flying out of the yard. The Yankees did it last night. Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds used the torpedo bat for the first time. He had a single, a double, 2 home runs, a career high 7 runs batted in. Reds beat the Rangers 14-3.
Career high is where you got to, all right. This is his first time using the bat, and he's got career highs.
By the way, Leonhardt now, who was at MIT, is now, he was a former physics professor at Michigan. It was at MIT as well. It's not about the batter, or it's about the batter, not the bat, is what he's saying. I think it's more the player than the bat. Oh, okay. But yet these guys are using this magic wand, and balls are just flying out of the yard at historic numbers.
Yeah, you can only try to diminish it and downplay it in the interviews so much. It's not, I think there's a difference. Okay, well, we got 10 games worth of numbers here, and records are being broken.
All right, so here's the rule, why it is allowed, okay? And the rules on bats are pretty lax. So the torpedo bat is legal because it follows Major League Baseball Rule 3.02, which states this, quote, the bat shall be a smooth, round stick, not more than 2.61 inches in diameter in the thickest part, and not more than 42 inches in length.
Okay.
The bat shall be one piece of solid wood, end quote. That's it. So the rule further specifies that experimental bats cannot be used until a manufacturer has secured approval from Major League Baseball, the design and the methods of manufacture. So unless anything has changed in the rule book, it looks like the bats are here to stay because
they've been approved.
It falls within that parameter, right? It's one solid piece of wood. The diameter at the thickest part is not more than 2 points. How they come up with 2.61?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that crazy? 2.61 inches. Okay. So why is everybody not using it, right? And I don't know that by, next week everybody won't be.
Yeah, so that's, once you figure out that it's 100% legal and it's not going anywhere, now the ball is now in the court, or I should say the park, of the other teams.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, all right, well, they're not going anywhere. You guys can continue not getting your career highs if you want to. And that's what trends start. Okay,
100%.
new thing, it's working. Okay, it's allowed.
Tush push works. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Let's everybody do it. Pitchers are going to hate this, dude.
Yeah.
Now, is this going to be? Maybe this is the new era. Maybe this is the torpedo bat era. And until Major League Baseball decides to do or not do something about it. Andy Ash is the hitting coach for the Orioles. He said, I think a lot of teams are doing this around the league. The Yankees may have some more players who have adapted at a higher rate, but I think if you were around the clubhouse, all 30 teams, you'd see a guy or two that's kind of adopting a bat that's kind of fashioned more specifically to their swing. The Braves and Padres put it in order on Sunday for torpedo bats. Like, how do you got to do the analytics pretty quick, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Each dude, and I'm sure you already know, everybody's already got, where they hit the ball, where they barrel it. I'm curious, man. Where does baseball fan? Do you want to see the ball flying out of the yard?
And I was just about to say that as well. This is, I don't think it'll be, NBA, we were just talking about how bad that was because all the scoring in the threes. I think in baseball, if there's more home runs, I mean, why wouldn't more fans want to go to the game? That's more home runs you can try and catch. That's more scoring you see. Anybody who says, I can go to a baseball game, but it's hard to watch on TV. There's 8-9 home runs a game. I guarantee you'll be able to sit at home, and it'd be easier for you to watch a baseball game. If you're watching home run after home run after home run, the people who aren't able to watch baseball, they don't have the patience to not see that fast action. So if there's more scoring and more hits, I think that the ratings will go up, and if that happens, you can really kiss the chances of this torpedo bat going away goodbye.
Text line says, fellas, the torpedo bat is simply technology, much what has happened to golf. We all get fitted and tracked impact point on our clubs. It's from Steve. We do. I mean, if you go, buy a set of golf clubs, you go to a golf shop and they'll see exactly where you hit the ball on the face of the club. You'll hit 10, 20 balls, and it'll be made for that. Mud says you sound like the Howard Stern show talking about a wooden shaft, balls flying, hitting from the sweet spot with the tip. All right.
Good old Mud.
Yeah, thank you, Mud. All right, 505-246-0610. When we come back, a little NFL for you. Did the Browns just admit they made a big, giant, huge, mega $250 million mistake? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Live Safe New Mexico.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports.
April Fools! No, it really is. It really is. New Lobo coach will be introduced today. April Fool! No, he really will. Eric Olin's going to be introduced today. Did they play some sort of April Fool's joke at the press conference? Like, did they acknowledge it today? Zay's in for JJ today. I'm merely Jeff Sabieta. Do they do something? Do they acknowledge it's April Fool's and do something?
They might. If he does, it'd be a great way to start out and show his sense of humor. Really break the ice. Okay, guys, I've actually had a change of heart.
Yeah, I can't leave La Jolla. I came here and there's dirt in the air and it's blowing 56 miles an hour.
Green Tilly didn't meet the hype. Colorado's is better.
Yeah, it really isn't as good as you said it was, and my little girl literally just blew away. We're going back to La Jolla.
Yeah, he needs security on the way out. That's happening.
April Fools!
Yeah. No one laughs.
All right. I guess Brown fans are wishing they would have said April Fools when they signed Deshaun Watson to a $250 million guaranteed contract, or $230 million. They got the second pick of the draft. You gotta believe they're going quarterback, maybe. Is that where Deion's kid's gonna go?
Gosh.
Cleveland. Finally, though, Jimmy Haslam, their owner, said he admitted that the trade for Deshaun Watson was, quote, a big swing and miss, end quote. Something you and I have understood for a number of years now. It was in March of 2022 when Cleveland acquired Deshaun Watson in a package that included 3 first-round picks, and then they gave him $230 million guaranteed, knowing that he was going to be suspended for his many massage therapists who were coming after him for what was the exact sexual?
Just about every. I mean, by the time it got to the end, everything had pretty much been accused about everything you could be accused of.
Since March of 2022, what are we now? 2025.
Yeah,
he started 19 games between suspension and injuries. He's got one of the lowest total QBRs in the NFL. He's suffered consecutive season-ending injuries. Quote Jimmy Haslam, owner of the Cleveland Browns, yesterday, "We took a big swing and miss with Deshaun. We thought we had the quarterback. We didn't. And we gave up a lot of draft picks to get him, so we've got to dig ourselves out of that hole. The trade was an entire organization decision. It ends with D and I, so hold us accountable," end quote. That's his wife.
Whoa, don't throw the whole organization on that.
This was him jumping on, because it was in response to a question, should the GM be fired or should the coach be fired? You know, you're saying you made a mistake, and this was him saying, no, this was all of us. And you're not firing my ass because I own the team. Right? I mean, essentially. And so that was him kind of jumping out in front of it and saying, you know, you can go after who, but go after me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us something we don't know. 100%. I mean, even when he made this, there was a very, very slim chance Deshaun Watson would be able to get back to where he was before in Houston. And also, quarterback is a mental position. I don't care how sick of a person. I mean, there's some people that are real sick and could maybe go out and play this position and just not care that all these allegations are going on. But you can only fake so much. So in the back of your mind, I'm sure when you're trying to study film, you're trying to, look at the scouting report, you're having to expend all this energy in your mind to not think about what's going on in the outside world. And I think that it definitely prevented him from getting back to where he was. I think physically at one point he was fine, but mentally I don't think he'll ever be able to get back to where he was, because once you get ran through the ringer like that, it's real, real tough.
I firmly believe that. I totally agree with you. And, I don't care what you do. Life seeps into your professional work. If your kid's sick, or you're going through a divorce, or or in this case, you've got 20-something legal cases pending against you, accusing you of sexual assault. Yeah. There were like, 25 women accused of sexual assault?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how does that not? And so, to your point, you're preparing, you're watching video, and you're trying to figure out how the Steelers are coming in, and what they're doing in this look, and where the blitz is coming from. Are you there?
And you're like, everyone thinks I'm a terrible person. I mean, even look at a running back position, Ezekiel Elliott. It's easy to say, his career fell off, but if you really look, it really fell off after that 2017 suspension. He's like, the public light, you're ruining my image, and he never bounced back from that.
Right. So they still owe him, by the way. $46 million this year and $46 million next year. So Deshaun is going to get paid. Right now, their quarterback room is Deshaun Watson, who's not playing this year because he's got the Achilles.
A retort.
And Kenny Pickett. They traded for in mid-March. Now, do they go and draft Shedeur Sanders, right? Cam Ward's going 1. Do they take Shedeur Sanders at 2?
If I'm Cleveland, I don't know exactly what the list of veteran quarterbacks is right now, or if they.
Yeah, it's not hard to go through. I mean, you got Maybe Kirk Cousins will be out there. Aaron Rodgers is still on the market, although it looks like he probably is going to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is available. I mean, you're playing musical quarterbacks. You want Carson Wentz? You want to go through this crap again, or do you want to go start all over and get it? If you believe in Shedeur, this is the whole thing. You got to believe in him, not because you have second pick in the draft and he's there, but is he good enough? Is he grayed out?
I think the biggest thing with the Browns picking Shedeur, and it's crazy, this is a real thing they should have to think of, but mentally, will he check out of Cleveland? Any worry that anyone ever has, well, Shedeur, I don't know how he is. I think he's fine mentally. I don't think Colorado, I mean, they turned it into a hot spot, but he was at a small school. He was at HBCU, and then he went to Colorado, which it was a big school, obviously big D1, but they made it a much bigger deal than it was. So he knows what it's like to not necessarily be in the spotlight, but can he handle what quarterbacks have had to handle in Cleveland? Will he think like, I can get out of here. I'm going to force my way out of here. I don't like the way this is ran. I don't like the way this is ran. If Deion sees that things are not being ran correctly, I think that definitely could be a big issue. I don't think that's what the Sanders want to do in the NFL, but him going to the Browns has got to be the worst case scenario in their minds. And I think he'd rather fall than go to Cleveland.
Because there's a lot of places to fall that would be better situations.
Yes. I just don't think he would be cool. I think he'd be very, very upset to be in Cleveland, and I think Cleveland should go for a veteran quarterback and draft the best player available.
What's the veteran quarterback? What's your answer? Kenny Pickett, Jimmy Garoppolo? What are you doing? The market's pretty thin right now.
Just try to get better than it was last year.
Right. 505-246-0610. I want to continue that conversation. And one of the great defensive players from last year, his home was broken into. Family was there. I'll tell you that story when we get back. You like diamonds? If you don't, she does. I promise you she does. And she's probably dreaming of the perfect diamond. John Thomas Jewelers is heading to Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world, to go hand select breathtaking diamonds just for you. You got them until April 11th. Today's the 1st. For a limited time, through April 11th, when you pre-order your Antwerp diamond starting at $3,000, John will give you a free engagement or anniversary upgrade ring. Why Antwerp? I didn't know about this either. 80% of the world's loose diamonds flow through Antwerp, Belgium. That's where the finest diamonds in the world are sourced, and that means you get unmatched quality and value. John's got 35 years of diamond experience. Take advantage of it. Let him hand pick a bigger, brighter, more beautiful diamond than anything you can find in New Mexico. There's no mass production. There's no middleman. It's just your perfect diamond at an incredible price. Stop by John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor showroom. Pre-order by April 11th. And let them find your 1 in a million diamond. I was just there a couple weeks ago. I love the place. And once you go there, it's going to be your jeweler as well. Whether you're looking for a ring, a watch, a pendant, whatever that special gift is, you'll see why they were voted America's coolest jewelry store. 2440 Louisiana Northeast, Suite 310. It's on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, a block south of Menaul, right across from the Coronado Mall. John Thomas Jewelers is my jeweler. They'll be yours as well, because John Thomas Jewelers is where Albuquerque gets engaged.
This report is sponsored by Progressive.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Big Ten, ACC, SEC, and Big 12.
All right, the NFL owners are meeting, and you're going to get a little news out of that today as far as rules. What I'm hearing is they've changed the flex scheduling rules for Thursday games. They're going. Adam Schefter was just on. I believe that they're going to have both teams possess the ball in overtime.
Nice.
And they did not pass, from what I understand, the rule to eliminate the automatic first down on like the 5-yard defensive holding, which I think is just way too penal.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's third down and 26, and you get a 5-yard holding penalty, but it's an automatic first down.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Now, I guess in some situations, yes, maybe a receiver was well on his way to have a wide open touchdown, but he got held, but in a busted coverage, but still.
They call pass interference.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a first down. I just, yeah. So I hate that. I'm not a big fan of that. But I'll get you more of that as it comes down, because it's just starting to come down a little bit now. Go ahead.
Yeah, a bad scenario did just pop in my head, because if you ban that, if it's third and long and you can hold within the beginning and only get a 5-yard penalty, you might have guys that say they get beat right off the release and they know they're on an island, they're just going to grab because that ball's not in the air. It's not a pass interference. So they might just be quick to
It's a replay?
Yeah, they'll be quick to just host on like, oh, no, you're going to beat me. It's third and long, but you're about to get a touchdown.
I guess. All right, you see the story on Richard Simmons? He says he was the victim of an armed robbery that took place with his family in his home when the break-in happened. It was just after midnight. Evidently, it was Sunday night, which was Sherman's 37th birthday. He went on social media yesterday. He had a video of the armed gunman from his residential security cameras. It said, "House being robbed at gunpoint with my family in it isn't what anyone wants for a birthday gift. Scary situation that my wife handled masterfully and kept my kids safe. If anyone has any info that can help find these people, please reach out."
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, gnarly. It's an open investigation. There's no arrests. There's no suspects. Investigators, they're going to use the security camera footage and whatever else they can find. But, I mean, this is a trend, man. Your family's like, what's worse than that?
Yeah, they can't be worse. And I'm sure I am not in that situation, but I couldn't imagine not having, especially when you have the money. I can't imagine not having. I'm sure he's got security. That's why he got the footage. Now, I don't know what type of security he has. I'm sure he's going to turn it up after this. But I think every NFL player should at this point, because it has been a trend. And I mean, last year there was a whole bust on it. Like, there was actually a group of people who were targeting Joe Burrow. I forget some of the other names that got hit in that little ring. But yeah, you got to up the security. It can happen to you. I live in an apartment complex that's got their own security and gated, so I don't have to worry about that. But that does worry me when I think about buying a house. It's like, okay, I no longer would have the security and gated around my building that I have right now. So that's something I think about.
Yeah. Just people have guns.
Yeah, in 2025 period, you should have the security if you have a house. But if you're an NFL player, especially you.
Especially that trend, man. Especially the trend. All right. A couple of emails coming in. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. This is on Eric Olin, the new Lobo coach who's going to be introduced today. The hot take I'm hearing is, are you? Olin is coming in for a couple of years of seasoning so he can transfer back to San Diego as the new coach of the Aztecs when Double Dutch Bus retires. Okay. Are you? I mean, I could maybe see that.
He's got his ear to the street. You never know.
Keep them coming. 505-246-0610. Kenny Thomas will be here. It's April Fools. Let's see what Kenny's got for you.
We should get him. We'll think of something.
I got one that would really bother him, though. I don't want to do that. Big dude. My guy. You know what I'm saying? 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Channel.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore, just like riding a bicycle.
And AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, big day in Lobo Land. Eric Olin will be introduced as your new head basketball coach over at the Davilo Center later today, about noon. A little bit of portal news this morning. As there's guys you watch in the Mountain West, and you knew Donovan Dent had gone to UCLA, and the numbers that are out there are all speculated numbers, and everything you're hearing, and I believe them, that north of $2 million for Donovan Dent, and, maybe somewhere tickling $3 million. I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know that we ever will, but that's what the stories are. Dedan Thomas, the really, really talented guard, the point guard from UNLV. His dad played at UNLV, went in the portal. Dedan Thomas, according to his dad, is going to LSU. So he's leaving UNLV. Obi Agbim, who left Wyoming, has committed to Baylor. You had Nick Davidson, who's narrowed it down to a bunch of power schools, Virginia, Washington, and a number of schools there. San Diego State got the commitment from Jeremiah Oden, the 6'9" forward from Wyoming. He is committed to San Diego State. Nordine Kapich from UC San Diego, something to keep in mind. Will he follow his coach? Averaged 10.7 points a game, 5+ rebounds a game at UC San Diego. He's in the portal. And I just saw this morning. Hunter Dickinson from Kansas. Remember, he was at Michigan and now he went to Kansas. Was granted a waiver today for a 7th year.
Wow.
And he's in the portal.
Maybe was he one of those 17-year-old college freshmen? Maybe.
I don't know, man. 7 years. Yeah, that's a career, dude. And he's making money. Good for him, right?
Yeah, I got it. I forgot about that part.
You forgot about the money part?
Yeah. Just because as I was getting older in college, I was never thinking I get more money if I stay again. That may have obviously changed a lot.
Yeah. Lobo-wise, yesterday, Jovan Milicevic and Cade Dotson both entered the transfer portal. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't come back. They're in the portal. So, you're going to have a brand new team. Now, will there be some familiarities? Can you get some of these guys back, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? Yeah. Right? But that's the portal news, and that's what's going on. And it is what it is, man. I hate saying that, but it is what it is.
It's tough. For those who maybe haven't gone through a situation when you're on a team and your teammates start leaving, just imagine it's like a friend group, and then you see one friend moves, or right when you leave high school, if one friend goes to this state, the other one goes to this state, and if you're that last friend that's kind of still,
they're all getting money.
Yeah, throw that in there, and then you're just kind of sitting there looking around the last of the Mohican, okay,
what am I gonna do?
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
Well, and that's where hopefully Coach Olin sits down with these guys when he's here now that he's here in person and sits down with these guys today, tomorrow, and sits with Kurt and what's available for them NIL wise. I don't know what a Jovan Milicevic or Cade Dotson or Braden Applehans or Philip Borovichinen or any of these guys. I don't know what they fetch in the NIL world. I know there's like 1,500 plus student athletes in the portal, and everybody wants theirs, right? Everybody wants their piece.
Is there like a stimulus package that comes from making it to the tournament? Maybe they feel like right now, coming off of winning a game, they feel like their market value is the highest it could possibly be. So they're like, okay, well, I just played in a tournament game. I'm going to go ahead and try and cash in. It's almost like a free agent trying to cash in after your biggest season.
Maybe. But are they worth more somewhere else? Or are they worth more at New Mexico where they're a known commodity?
That's
are they valued more by UNM? And let's just throw a number. I have no idea. Are you worth $75,000 here or $50,000 there? Yeah. I don't know. Kurt knows way more than I do. But that's some of the portal news. So Dedan Thomas to LSU. Oak Biogbin from Wyoming's going to Baylor. Hunter Dickinson gets another year. And then Jeremiah Oden from Wyoming to San Diego State. So that's what's going on.
Pieces are moving.
Yeah, and they continue to.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, so pieces are starting to move. I'm interested to, I'm excited to see when this team starts getting built and start seeing the names come through. I know for football that happened maybe a few days later. I know Coach Eck was quick to go out and start recruiting. And I'm excited for that part of this. And I'm sure that Coach Olin, after this press conference, I guarantee he'll say it multiple times, but I'm sure he's already gotten started.
Sure he has. No, sure he has.
And then that guy that you said that was at his last college, forgot his name, that is in the portal.
Nordin Kapich?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm sure they're in contact. Now, whether that means he's coming, I don't know. But I'm sure he's already gotten started on that.
Sure. I think that's right. He's got to figure out his staff, too, and get his staff out recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
But all that's going down.
And it's a fun process. I think that's a very, very fun process.
For who?
It's just, I think being a fan of college sports, I think it's a fun process when it's time. And maybe it's obviously a lot more extreme now than it used to be, like team rebuilding. But I do think that, look at some of the teams. Last year, I don't know, I wasn't as tapped in with, the temp check of Lobo Fan. But when Jalen House left, I don't know if they were expecting the team to improve the way.
Last year he was out of eligibility. You knew he was gone.
Okay, so when he left, was it like oh boy, how are we ever going to replace?
Yeah, there was a lot of that. And, Mash left too. Mash went to Temple.
Yeah, and then Toppin left, and
then Toppin left. Look, there was a time, and I don't know if we talk about this, but there was about 2 days before the portal closed, where not only was JT Toppin still on your roster, but John Tanji, who's second team All-America for Wisconsin, who was first team All-Big Ten, second team All-America, was committed to UNM. And then they both, at the last second, the last day or two, both pulled out, went to Wisconsin, and went to Texas Tech. I mean, imagine this team with JT Toppin, John Tanji, along with Dent and Nelly Jr. Joseph. I mean, this team would have been a top 15 team and probably a Sweet 16 team.
Yeah. So, moving forward, there's your hope. You never know what the next team's going to look like. So I think that serves for some excitement.
Yeah, I don't know the Lobo fans feeling a lot of excitement right now. I think they're feeling angst right now. I think that's what it is. James says roster, staff, and stabilization. Jeff, while I fully expect the Lobo basketball roster and staff to be rebuilt from scratch again next season, in 12 months from now, I think it's important that both are stabilized and we aren't hearing about guys in the transfer portal. I hope Olin says at the presser, everyone that wants to leave better bail now so we aren't dealing with this again next year. It's from James. James, you're going to be dealing with this next year. I just, with all due respect, you are. Just like San Diego State is, just like, Boise State, Imagine will, just like everybody in your league.
Every school is currently dealing with it. No one is safe. No school is safe. You could be the number one school in the country, and you're still not safe.
By the way, there was basketball yesterday. They played the Crown Basketball Tournament.
Yeah, I heard about that.
This is an NIL-based event. Boise State out of the Mountain West rolled George Washington 89-59. That's a 30-point win. Tyson Degenhardt had 19 for the Broncos. Butler and Utah played. Butler was 15-19. Utah was 16-17.
Wow.
They're telling me this is the next best tournament. This is better than the NIT because they got Nebraska and Arizona State, Washington State, and Boise State. They all turned down the NIT because of the NIL money that the players are getting paid for this.
Yeah, I do remember hearing there's like a cut that goes to every school, right?
Yeah, they go into the players. But dude, so the best record in this tournament is Boise State at 25-10. They played at 21-13 GW. Utah got beat by Butler 86-84. Butler's 15-19. Utah's 16-17. They both have losing records.
Yeah.
Nebraska beat Arizona State 86-78. Do you know what Arizona State's record was? They beat the Lobos this year. Do you know what their record is?
No.
13-20, and they're in the postseason.
Wow.
What are we doing? And then Georgetown at 18-15 beat Washington State 85-82, who was 19-15. I was watching some of it, and they want me to believe that this is the new NIT, and this is better because the players are getting paid, and maybe it's better for the players. They put it on a what was yesterday, Monday? So they put it on a Monday afternoon on FS1. They played at the MGM Grand. Nobody's in the building. There was no energy, and I'm supposed to watch a 16 and 17 team play a 15 and 19 team, and this is great because Fox is paying the players, and it is. It's great for the players.
Was this the first season?
Yeah, this is the first time they're doing it. But it's hard to convince me that I'm supposed to. Not that I got fired up for the NIT. I couldn't tell you who's in the NIT right now, to be honest with you, and I should know that. The NIT, they're going today. I believe it's the semifinals. North Texas is playing UC Irvine. It is the semifinals. And Chattanooga's playing Loyola Chicago. Now, those might not be big names as Nebraska or Utah or Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Do I want to watch 31-6 UC Irvine play 27-8 North Texas, or do I want to watch 16-18 Butler?
Yeah. Yep. Give me 31-8.
I mean, right? I'm going to watch a little UC Irvine, I think. My choices today are at 5 o'clock. I get North Texas versus UC Irvine, or when do they play next? Wait, there's a whole nother batch in the CBC.
Whole nother bracket, huh?
Hold on, I could watch 14 and 19 DePaul, who I think finished in last place in the Big East.
Wow, DePaul.
DePaul's playing Cincinnati, UCF versus Oregon State, Villanova versus Colorado, who was 14 and 20. And Tulane versus USC, who is 16 and 17. So they got bigger names in the CBC. And people tell me, oh, I want to see brands. Okay. So I want to watch 16 and 17 USC, or do I want to watch 31 and 6 UC Irvine?
Yeah, no shade thrown. Me being from Illinois, I did not know about DePaul until I was maybe 17 years old.
Yeah, that was before you is when they were good with Ray Meyer and back in the Mark Aguirre in those days. I mean, back in I want to say the 80s, they were really good. But yeah, they're 14 and 19. They get a national TV game. 1 o'clock today, if you want to watch them on FS1, they play Cincinnati. I mean, what are there going to be, 100 people in the building? No, honestly. Like this, does this feel like one of those November tournaments?
Yeah.
Except for they're paying the players, which is really cool for the players. Like I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I guess whoever wants to pay them, like if you guys are not, harping on return on investment, if you're wanting to just push out the money of these players.
Well, I'm sure Fox is making money now. They don't do stuff to lose money.
Okay. So therefore, I'm sure they can't be convinced. You can't convince them otherwise. If they're making money off of it, and then you got the players making money, they're going to say, okay, you don't want to watch, don't watch.
100%. And that's why that's there. And that's why
they're having this conversation. Huh?
Yeah. All right. Hey, it's Tuesday. You got plans? If not, you do now. Twin Peaks is a place to go on Tuesdays. For a limited time, Twin Peaks is offering a BOGO deal. You buy 6 bone-in wings, you get 6 more free. Choose from a variety of sauces, including their delicious smoky sweet barbecue. Or if you like the spice, try the pineapple habanero. Pair that with a nice brew. You got yourself an enjoyable Tuesday. Head on over to Twin Peaks today. It's Tuesday. Take advantage of their buy one, get one special before it is gone. And did you know there's something called National Munchies Day? That's coming up. Twin Peaks is your place to be for all your munchies and sports needs. They got National Munchies Day, April 20th. You got drink specials all day over there. Go by and enjoy that. And then the draft, the NFL draft, April 24th through 26th. Catch all the action at the Ultimate Sports Lodge at Twin Peaks. Round 1 kicks off 8 o'clock, actually 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on April 24th. Don't miss it. Have fun over at Twin Peaks.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop Lowe's Spring.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a
on around here today. Opening day out at the ballpark. Home opener for the Isotopes, 6:30 first pitch, 6:35. They're playing Salt Lake. You can listen to it right here on The Sports Animal. Josh Sushan will crack the microphone with a pregame show coming up at 6:15. Of course, noon today, Eric Olin will be introduced as the new head basketball coach at the University of New Mexico. And it is April Fool's, so be very careful. And the wind's supposed to blow about 65 miles an hour, what Joe Diaz is calling dangerous conditions outside. So we're going to get one of those beautiful, your toupees flying to Valencia County kind of a day. That's what happened to my hair, dude. It
Wow.
just blew right off my head one day.
It's crazy. The wind.
I mean, it was deep rooted too. Yeah. And be careful on the April Fool's stuff. All right. 505-246-0610. That's the phone line and the text line. Zay's in for JJ today. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Text line says, took my front desk folks at my gym donuts this morning. Had them write calorie and fat free on the outside of the box. Open the box and it says April Fools. It's from Steve. Be kind, loving, and sharing, right, fellas? Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
You see some more NFL news just dropped.
What do you got?
So Adam Schefter says that the NFL kickoff proposal was separated into 2 votes today, one that passed and one that was tabled. So now, after a touchback, the football moves to the 35, and there's no vote at this time on the onside kick modification. That will pick back up in May. And then it says, with the touchback change, the NFL has been projecting an increase in the return rate from 33% in 2024 to between 60 to 70% in 2025. There are some downstream aspects that could come into play in terms of field position, scoring, game management when you add that many plays.
Yeah, there's a big difference analytically in drives that start at 35 as opposed to 30. So that'll actually be interesting. They got to vote on the tush push ban today too. All right. Sid says, I'm watching The Crown, Mr. Symbieta, yesterday. I was enjoying the games on my rabbit ears. When you don't have cable, you can't watch the NIT. Actually, what was it on rabbit? I thought it was on FS1. Sid, where'd you watch it? Over the air. I'm curious because I didn't know it was over the air. I thought it was just on FS1. So I didn't know where that was. All right. Can I vent, Jeffy?
Of course.
I don't need to see the coach interviewed during the game. I don't need to see the ref's ugly grill in front of the mic. Let the big voice guy make the announcement. Let's move on like it used to be. It's from Gopher. P.S. Can I vent more? No, sure. Last week was 80 degrees every day. Now we're going back to January. WTF. Yeah, it's going to be chillier today. It's spring in New Mexico, and we get these it's like a false front in golf, man. Right? You hit the front of the green, you thought you hit the green, then it rolls right back down into the fairway. And it's kind of like what it is. You get an 80-degree day, and it's a false spring. And then you roll right back into winter, and you got to chip back up and hopefully make a one putt and make a par. Does that make sense? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I caught you there.
Did you? All right. Ken, universal truth number 3, the world needs new refs. Ever wonder what these crummy refs do when they aren't hosing teams at Dreamstyle? They must get to call the D2 championship game. I tuned into that Saturday since there were no other games on TV, and the officiating was awful. I had no dog in the fight, but I felt for the club that lost. The refs totally decided the championship. All right, Ken. It's hard, man.
That's unfortunate. I do think refs, there should be some more accountability for refs. So quick to find.
So what does that mean?
So, if players get fined, you can't talk about the refs. Fine, I get it, right? It's like it's a product of the league. You can't be bashing the officiating. But I do think that some referees will make a call that could cost the team a victory, and they just sleep too easy as if nothing ever happened, and It's just like, oh well, I made a mistake. And it's like, okay, well, you need to be more scared to make the wrong call in the heat of the moment. Like the refs don't.
So what do you want to happen to them?
I don't think they should be fined unless it was a reviewable call. But I don't.
All right, I want to get back into this.
Yeah. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Maybe the answer is no chocolate and coffee for you after the game if you blow your call.
I like
it. Maybe that's it, because I do want to get back into this after this, but we got a sweet deal for you, and I think this really is a sweet deal. It is live on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. You go there at 9 o'clock, click on the sweet deal icon, and you get 4 tickets for the Southwest Chocolate and Coffee Fest for the price of 2. So $80 value. It'll only cost you $40. Lena is here. Good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning. It's good to see you too.
This sounds like I mean, honestly, chocolate, coffee, a fest, 200 purveyors, not just enjoyers, but they're purveyors of incredible chocolates and coffees. Like go. I mean, this sounds wonderful.
It's pretty amazing, yeah. And I think we're just over 200 vendors right now. We have vendors coming from all over the world.
All over the world.
Ecuador,
Really?
Hawaii, Thailand.
So let me guess. The Ecuadorians are the coffee. The Hawaiians are the chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, the Hawaiian chocolate's so good. When you go over, I mean, when you go over there, do a little Hawaii. Make sure like the chocolate over there is spectacular. But so is the Kona coffee.
This is true.
Kona coffee. I go over there and I always say that's what I'm going to find when I come back, and then I find something else I like. All right, when is it? Where is it?
It is this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 6 at Expo New Mexico. All the information is at chocolateandcoffeefest.com, so you can find out about other classes. We're doing pairings, beer and chocolate, wine and dessert.
Beer, chocolate, coffee, dessert. Like, give me something I don't like.
Well, I don't know if I can. I can try. If we keep going, maybe.
Well, then you have live music. You have cooking demonstrations. You've got
yoga.
All right.
I'm
down.
Oh, see?
You just judge. Don't judge the book by the cover now, Lena.
I am not. I am just up for the challenge.
Do you do yoga?
Yes, I do.
Right.
In fact, I teach yoga.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I probably need to be taught. It's I should do yoga more than the handful of times I've done yoga. It's been very good for me. Well, it stretched me. It made me sore, which I think is good because then I should have gone back and done it more.
There you go.
And then if I washed it down with some really good coffee and maybe some chocolate and there's
tea.
And I was just going to say, you got candies and teas and food and wine beer.
There's even savory. We have food vendors out there, food trucks. There's something for everyone.
Is this really the largest chocolate and coffee consumer festival in the world?
It is, yes.
Wow. Really? And it's right here in Albuquerque,
Right here in Albuquerque, 15 years now.
All right, it's coming up on what'd you say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday,
Friday.
Sunday. I got to get Friday out of my mind because that's when you're going to set up and you're going to go by. That's when I'm coming by to see what's still there. April 5th and 6th. Is there a website people can look at this?
Chocolateandcoffeefest.com.
Really? It's that easy?
Right there.
Chocolateandcoffeefest.com. Not coffee and chocolate fest. Nope. No. And it's not on Friday. It's chocolateandcoffeefest.
Think alphabetical order.
You made me really think. All right. Wow. All right. This sounds spectacular. Here's your deal. What are you doing? Like, all right. Hey, Jeff, I got to go. I'm watching the Final Four. And yeah. Do all that in the evening. The weather's probably going to prevent you from playing golf on Saturday. They say it's going to be a little rainy. This is going to be inside.
It's indoors.
And who doesn't want a little
indoors,
coffee and tea and chocolate when we're finally getting a little rain?
That's exactly right.
All
Walk
right.
around, sip your warm drink.
100%. So here's your deal. Go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com. You do it at 9 o'clock because I think these are probably going to go. Go there at 9 o'clock. You get 4 for the price of 2. That means for $40, you get $80 worth of tickets to go enjoy the Southwest Chocolate and Coffee Fest. Check it out online, chocolateandcoffeefest.com. And if they miss out on this, where can they get tickets?
At the you can get them at the festival itself, day of, or at the website in advance. I would definitely say get them in advance.
Yeah.
You're going to get in faster if you do that.
Where at the fairgrounds is this?
It's at Manuel Lujan, so Expo New Mexico.
At the Manuel Lujan building.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
We've taken over the whole building.
As
always.
As you should. I honestly, I'll see you there.
Sweet.
Look. All right. Enjoy the sweet deal. Make sure you get there at sportsanimалabq.com. Do it at 9 o'clock. Lena, congratulations on this. Best of luck with the event.
Thank you so much.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need.
I didn't know what I was getting into either. She's like, yeah, I got reservations. All right, let's go. All right, opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and Zay in for JJ today. It is April Fool's. It is the day that you will get to meet in person your new head basketball coach at the University of New Mexico. It is opening day for that'll happen here to my feed on the text line. I'm not even sure.
Opening day, opening drive.
Yeah, opening day, opening drive, and all kinds of stuff going on today. So come on in at 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. And, well, you needn't hit JJ. He'll be in tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are planning on having Fernando Lobo in studio.
Nice.
Or tomorrow, 8 o'clock.
Nice.
So that would be, I don't know what the hell happened to this here.
It'd be a first, right? Number one.
Would it be a first?
That he's been in the studio?
Yeah, because I actually had to tell him where it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Lobo athletic director, I was thinking, well, has he been in here before? Oh, no, I had to give him the directions. The athletic director at the University of New Mexico will be in 8 o'clock in studio. Just talk to him about the hiring and the process and the job and just, heck, he's off to a hell of a start, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He's off to a hell of a start.
Both coaches, he did not waste any time.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time was against us.
I got a text on the the coffee event is great. I'm not a coffee guy, but the chocolate is great and fun event. You guys should go. It'll be a good time, and then we can golf on Sunday. It's supposed to rain on Sunday, too. But I should get.
Yeah, we're also in New Mexico, so you don't know what the forecast. It could say rain, and it'll be super sunny.
Yep. Adrian just texted me this. So check this out.
Yeah, I think I know.
Did you see it?
I think I know what you're going for here. I'm going to let you break the news.
The sign's up and the construction's up for the In-N-Out Burger. It says here soon, In-N-Out Burger, and so construction has started on the In-N-Out Burger over by the stadium.
How about that? I'm going to break that news on TikTok.
All right, so if the line for Raising Cane's, when Raising Cane's opened up,
I bet
it was like
insane.
4 hours or something silly like that. Is the In-N-Out line going to be like 2 days?
Yeah, I remember the Dutch Bros. There was a Dutch Bros. The line was insane.
It's like, what are we doing, man? Why? With all due respect, I like a good burger, chicken sandwich, a coffee, latte, sweet, shaky, whatever the hell you get. What do you get at Dutch Bros?
Dutch Bros, I usually go for a caramel frappuccino. That's one when they get from any place that can make it.
Is that your thing?
Yeah, I'm number one caramel always.
All right, caramel's a good one.
Now, I don't need the strong coffee taste. Like even the coffee I have right here, I've got like 5 pumps of sugar in it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
All right, is it jacked up that I'll go to Starbucks or go and I just, hey, can I get a medium coffee with a splash of cream? Why do you laugh at that?
Pretty, I feel like that's almost like you're on vacation somewhere and you go to a super cool restaurant and you're like, yeah, I get a hot dog.
Is that right? Is that what that's like? Like, do they look at me?
I could.
Okay, so when I was in Logan, when I did the Lobo game against Utah State, and the bus leaves at, let's just say 5:45 for the. So at 5:15, I came down. There was a place across. I just want to get a cup of coffee, like I did in San Jose. There was a Starbucks in the hotel lobby, and I got a coffee. And right, I'm going to call a game. I want a coffee.
So do you go there for the convenience? Like you just want a coffee and like, oh, there's Starbucks, I'm going to go there, or you're like, I'm going to go out of my way to go to Starbucks?
I don't go out of my way to go to Starbucks. No.
Okay, so there's
but there was like a donut place right across the parking lot that was like closed, and then there was another place. I'm like, holy bleep! So and it was drizzling, so now I'm getting wet, and I went the next strip mall over. There was a Starbucks, so that's why I went there.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, this will be quick. Can I just get I just want a medium coffee with a splash of cream.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, oh, yeah, we got to brew it. So I thought that would be the quickest thing I could get. Just pour me a cup of coffee.
Starbucks.
And now I'm like, damn, dude, am I going to miss the bus? Are they going to leave without me? I went to Starbucks to get a coffee, and they didn't have any.
You're like, well, here at Starbucks, we make ours fresh, so we want to make sure.
Well, I can get you a caramel frappuccino if you want, a lot quicker. Mocha, laka, maca, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So just getting a coffee is like getting a hot dog at a nice restaurant.
Well, given the context, now it all makes sense.
I just don't like that sweet. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't like it. It's like a dessert to me, I guess. But yeah, I actually like a cup of coffee.
As this being here, I'm growing more towards just appreciating coffee. I do still need splashes, but there was once a point where if it wasn't like one of those cool frappuccino drinks or something, I'm not getting coffee.
Out. Yeah, all right. I mean, like even in the summer, like if I go by Starbucks, hey, let's meet at Starbucks. I get a business. I get an iced coffee with just like a little splash of cream. I like it for the texture, the cream. But yeah, I don't know. So that makes me hot dog at a nice restaurant guy. All right. I guess 505-246-0610. I'm going to the coffee thing. Every April 1st, there's an In-N-Out Burger April Fool's pop-up. Don't believe it. Said don't believe it.
Oh, so I may have just gotten.
All right, I don't know.
I may have just succumbed to my first April Fool's joke.
Mike says he's so right on it. Now, Jeff, the same folks that cry about a 45-minute wait to park and get into University Stadium for Lobo football will stand in line for 2 days for a burger. 100% right. You are absolutely right.
I mean, if there was an In-N-Out, is it going to be better than Five Guys? Like,
In-N-Out's good, dude.
Okay, yeah. I haven't been there.
Dan, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Dan?
Good morning, guys.
Hi,
Dan. Hey, I'm sure there's one thing that Coach Owen is not going to miss, and I believe it's the cost of living. He's probably going to have a lot more pennies in his pocket.
Yeah, that's right.
Living over here than over there, because I've hung out at La Jolla, La Jolla, San Clemente, and Capistrano, all through there. It's very expensive.
Yep.
Very expensive. You don't see GM and Ford dealerships over there. You just see Ferrari and Mercedes and
that's right.
BMW and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to go out to El Cajon.
He's not going to miss that. He's definitely going to like the cost of living here.
Yeah. Plus, figure he more than doubled his paycheck. But yeah, you want Ford and Chevy, you got to go out to El Cajon or Kearney Mesa or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, man. Don't even step out of the house unless your card is cleared, because you're going to need it. You guys have a great day.
Yeah, see ya. All right. I mean, that's probably right, too.
I'm like more pennies. I think that check might have something to do with that, too, right?
Yeah, that's probably right. All right, got a break here. Kenny's going to be in at 9 o'clock. We'll kick it with Kenny Thomas. I got to go get some more coffee. Should I get a Frappuccino or a latte?
You should. I'd say medium, probably with a splash.
I'm not even going to splash. I'm just going hard, just black coffee.
Yep, straight up black coffee.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Black coffee in bed. It's the opening drive. Zay's in for JJ. I am merely Jeff Symbieta. Kenny Thomas is going to be here in 17 minutes on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the...
And Jeff and ZJ, be careful what you hear today.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt. I think the in-and-out thing might be right, but who knows? Like I just opened up the Exodus. Says Rick Pitino has announced his abrupt retirement from coaching at St. John's, like April 4th.
Yeah. So basically, the social media streets are dangerous right now.
Life is dangerous right now, dude. I mean, I'm supposed to really believe the Lobos are introducing Eric Olin as their new head coach today at noon. Is that April Fool's or is that real?
I think that one's real.
Like, nobody would do that on April 1st, right? There's just no way they're going to, let's, right?
I think we're the first to do that on April 1st.
I mean, tell me. Okay. All right. 505-246-0610. More and more guys going into the portal. I mean, look, this is, when I tell you it's not just you. Maryland, were they in the Elite Eight, Sweet 16? 2 of the Crab 5 are entering the portal. Arizona's big man, Henry Visar, entering the transfer portal. It's not just you, okay? I when you sit here and say, it better not be this way next year, guys, it's probably going to be this way next year. This is going to be life in college sports. I don't like it. You said it's exciting.
Yeah, bring on the contracts. I think the contracts will fix.
Well, maybe, but I mean, I don't know if it's exciting. I think fan of every school hates it. You get it. You got a guy you like him. He's good. You became attached, and he's gone. But to that email I got a few minutes ago, and it better not be this way. It's gonna be. I'm not sitting here telling you something out of any sort of vindictiveness, out of any malice. But all right, let's have this conversation 360 days from now.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that could fix this, and I just think, although it take away a lot of the excitement, and I don't think that we should just know, oh, this guy's gone after this year, he's gone after 2 years.
He might be, though.
Yeah, but I think maybe what I think should happen is these players should sign contracts, right? And if you sign for longer than a year, it should be kind of like an NBA, how if you're there for the 5th year, you can get like a supermax. I think if you're a player and you sign for extra years, then that should open new doors to make more money with that one school. So it's like if you stay
what
for
if the
one
school wants you out?
Like if the school wants to pay that much for you?
No, what if they want you? They're done with you. You know what?
Oh.
Like we gave you $250,000 this year, and you're really not that good. And I got a 2-year contract. Can I get out? Only the players can leave, but the school can't.
I think it should be both ways.
Got to work both ways.
I think both should be stuck in there.
It has to. But as far as renegotiation, all that stuff, it's got to work both ways.
Yes, you should be able to renegotiate maybe
because it's such a damn crapshoot. Again, if you Google the portal right now and just got like. How many players are in the transfer portal? I think the number...
Thousands. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. College basketball... I hate doing this on the air, dude. I hate being Google.
and it has nothing to do with like loyalty either. I mean, if anything, it does. You're being loyal to your family. It's like, all right, look, I love you guys as fans, but my mom and dad, I could get in my house if I go into this school.
No, 100%, man. Like the portal... is generational money, and again, I'm not going to by any means stereotype any of these athletes, but look, you don't have to be a young man or young lady for that matter who grew up in poverty or in a tough financial situation. What if you're middle class and somebody threw $2 million at you? You can help your whole family still, can't you?
Yeah, it
you
can
can
always
pay
get better.
your kids' college or your brother's college.
Invest.
Or your sister's college, and you can invest. You can help your mom out, pay off their car or their home, whatever.
Another vacation to plan. Why not?
Or I mean, hear me out. I mean, put some money away and set yourself up for your future. What if you had $1 million when you got started? Would that help you? You like start your life?
Yeah. Now, if I had the knowledge I had now, yes, maybe.
Oh, and you might even get a degree and not owe any money on your degree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Kenny Thomas, the former Lobo great. He is an 11-year NBA veteran, or was. Well, I guess once you are, you are. Right? You like you never were. Like you are.
Once a professional, always a professional.
He'll be with us next. We kick it with Kenny. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
bring it back to love.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All In Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports.
9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, I mean, Kenny might be here, might not, I don't know. You get a text from Kenny?
I do not have a text from Kenny.
I mean, Kenny do Kenny. You know, is he at Borellas? Oh, you know what? The district attorney's in the hallway. I bet Kenny ran into the. I saw.
Oh,
Sam Bregman kind of just gave me a little wave. He gave me a face as he was outside the studio here. Maybe Kenny ran into him in the hallway.
You know, I just casually, it's Sam Bregman just waving hello.
Yeah, that's
Alrighty.
right. Yeah.
Well, another morning here at Kenny Well.
I've known Sam for a couple of days now.
I thought you were going to say like 20 years or something.
Yeah. It's at least that. At least that. Hey, Kenny Thomas is here. Would you run into the DA in the hallway and you had to talk and what's up and give him a hug and did you try on his hat?
No, but he did embrace his boy.
That's right. Oh,
What's up? Yeah.
He just gave me a big, he made faces at me through the window.
Hey, I'm trying to be like you.
I'm not even sure what I think I know what that means.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
That's kind of my guy too.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he's your guy, though. I don't want him. He doesn't have to be my guy. He can be.
As long as he's JJ's guy too.
I mean, and Zay's back there.
Oh, what's up, Zay?
What's up?
My guy.
I'm your guy. I don't think I'm Sam's guy.
You got a lot of guys, man.
Yeah, you are, Zay. Hey, I don't got a lot of guys. People know I'm quiet. I don't like people. I'm just kidding. Wake up,
April
Albuquerque.
Fools. Be careful today.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Be careful.
Yeah, did you hear we're getting an in and out, Kenny? Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you hear Rick Pitino is retiring?
Yeah, from Lobos.
From St. John's. Rick, the big one.
Oh, really? Is he really?
Again, April Fools. Be careful what you read on the internet.
I'm like, some primetime kid just transferred there. Come on, man.
Did you hear the Lobos are announcing their new head coach today? April Fools. I mean, come on. They're not really doing this on
man.
April Fools, are they?
Doing what?
Announcing their new head coach? Oh,
Are they
like
really?
Are.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Are you going to be there today?
I don't know what's going on.
You think
What do you mean you don't know what's going on?
I don't know that there's something going on.
There's a new. You didn't get your engraved invitation, so you can't go.
Ain't nobody told me.
All right, I just told you. I just told me. I just told
Are you part of UNM Athletics?
No, I am not.
Okay.
No, I am not.
I think me and you work for KKOB.
I mean, every once in a while,
Or Cumulus.
every once in a while, I call Lobo games. You know, when Rob can't make it.
Yeah, and every now and then I just had my first full season of like
Lobo Live.
Yeah,
see?
and it was awesome.
All right, what do you think of Eric Olin as your new head basketball?
I mean, everybody's excited.
Hold on, I haven't introduced you yet. Hey, we're kicking it with Kenny. Kenny Thomas is here. You're like, who the hell is that guy? The janitor just rolled in, or what? No.
That's
He's former Lobo All-America.
Hey,
11-year NBA veteran.
If I got to be the janitor to be a part of Lobo basketball, I'll do it.
Is that right?
Give me a mop and a bucket.
I'm just saying, I don't have that clout.
April Fools.
That's right.
Wrong guy.
What do you think of Eric Olin?
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody's excited. I got some text messages. People are asking me. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not the AD. It's just, I think it's just a matter of.
You can have a thought whether you're the AD or not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, you got to get here and make some magic happen. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's excited on social media based off of his resume. The fact that where he was there for 13 years or so. And then
everybody thinks he's going to be here 13 years. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. And then next thing you know, they transition to become a D1 school. And then, hey, what did they do? They almost beat Michigan by 3 and lost by 3, right?
Yeah.
So I do know a little bit, man. I did my research because I knew.
Well, I just, I kept hearing, though, they need to make a splash hire. And I don't even know what that means sometimes. Like, you got to win the press conference. I'd rather win games, right?
Yeah.
Can you do both? You can. You can. I don't know. Is this a splash hire? Like okay, your text thread, your alumni, your buddies that you played with, and I know you know who you're, an idea who you're talking to. What's the feel? Because I got social media too, and we do a talk show. So and Coach was on with us yesterday, and we were all over the place from this is the greatest hire ever to what the hell are we doing, and we should have hired this guy. What are your buddies who played in this program saying?
I mean, I have a group text with some of the guys, obviously, right? Yeah, it's Clayton Shields, Royce Only. I mean, we talked about it. It came. I was the one that put it in our group text because they didn't see it yet, obviously, with them not being here and everything. But it was a matter of let me see, right? I mean, how can you predict what's going to happen? You can't, right? Obviously, we want the Lobos to be a good team, but hey, I think there's only 3 or 4 guys that are still here. It's going to be interesting.
I don't even know if it's that many right now. Cade Dotson went in the portal yesterday. Milicevic went in the portal yesterday. That doesn't mean they're gone necessarily. He can try to re-recruit them.
They're testing the waters, man. I remember when I played, guys could test the waters of like getting into the NBA draft. And if you didn't have an agent, you could always go back. They're testing the waters. That's the benefit of the portal, and that's the downside of the portal.
Kenny Thomas is in studio. We're talking about the new head coach. All right, is there anything you want to hear today? I mean, he was on with us yesterday. I thought he said all the right things. I thought, he's he seems Southern California chill. He's been there 21 years. He's from Alabama, but he's very SoCal in the demeanor. And I got a bunch of buddies in San Diego who everybody speaks really highly of him. But it sounds like he wants to play an up-tempo style. He pressure defense. I think they were 8th in the country in turnovers forced was UC San Diego. And you're going to tell me, well, yeah, who'd they play against them? But who did they have, right? I mean, they had Big West caliber players, and they played against Big West teams. They went up to Utah State and won in Logan.
Yeah.
Only them and the Lobos were able to do that. It feels like I look at it, Kenny. If you can coach basketball, I think you can coach basketball. To me, the biggest thing is can you recruit, right? And who's he going to be able to get here? And is there a honeymoon? And I said, the honeymoon lasts until you lose your first game.
Yeah. I mean, you made a comment about like, okay, I could say who they played. Like people talk about the Mountain West Conference not being as strong as it is, right?
Truth.
Opposed to when I played in the WAC, it was unbelievable. But it's one of those things to where obviously you're going to have to come in and prove. He's going to have to come in and prove himself to this community, and that comes with winning games. I mean, I talked to the AD, man, and the vibe I'm getting has been consistent from the standpoint. I think he is trying to figure it out from that perspective, and this is the best choice that he thought that was good, right? So
obviously,
I mean, you got to have the faith. He's only been here 6 months, and I mean, you got to give a hat off to
3.5.
Yeah. Okay, I was trying to double that. It seems like it's been longer, right?
Yeah, no, I think he started in mid-December, early December, and so 3.5, 4 months.
Yeah, and then it's like you got to give Kurt Roth and the 505svf.org if you want to donate. A lot of love, man, because if it wasn't for that guy, where would Lobo basketball, Lobo football, and Lobo athletics be right now, especially with the limited resources when it comes to the amount of money that's available? And you got to... I mean, I got to give a lot of love to the football coach, man. Him coming here and getting the pay that he's getting, and this coach getting the pay that they're getting. They also have to prove themselves, right? So
of course,
let's just see what happens. And if there's any way I can help when it comes to recruiting, I did play in the NBA for 11 years, so let me know.
I was thinking about that a couple minutes ago. I'm like, Kenny needs to get on the recruiting train.
And if only Kenny let it known that he wanted to do that.
Man, I've been talking to ADs. I played my last year in the NBA was 2010. Okay, I've been talking to ADs probably since then.
Fernando Lobo is going to be in studio tomorrow, 8:00. We'll have him in studio, and we're going to go a lot of places with him.
That's my guy.
Talk to him about the searches, the new. I say new. I don't know at what point you're new, but the athletic director at the University of New Mexico will be with us. I watched the transfer portal, and everybody yells and screams, "Oh, we're it's just us." Arizona lost a big guy into the portal. Florida State just lost guys. The Crab Five from Maryland. It's not just you, man. St. John's lost Brady Dunlap. I mean, I'm looking at the portal right now. By the way, New Mexico State, 2 guys just went in yesterday. Xavier Johnson and Jaden Harris both went in yesterday. It's everywhere.
I mean, guys are asking for like $2-3 million a year.
Getting it, dude. Getting it.
A year. That's awesome.
I mean, what do you hear?
That's awesome.
I hear on Donovan that he got north of $2 million, close to $3 million. And if he did, God bless him.
Yeah, hey, go get that bag, man.
Yeah, even Bob Clark came over and was asking him. Like, I mean, Jeff says 2, could be tickling 3. That's the most.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna throw this out there. Look at what JT Toppin just did, and he went to Texas Tech. He might go in the portal.
What's he worth now? No, he might go in the portal.
You never know, man.
He might. What's if he was worth $1.5 million last year?
Might as well go.
Now people are saying he may go to the NBA. His last game, and you watched him play against those bigs from Florida. And he struggled, right? So maybe he needs another year.
Yeah.
All right. He's a hell of a college basketball player.
He didn't struggle that bad.
Okay.
It just seemed like he was rushing shots because I'm 6'7", 6'8". I played against 7-footers the majority of my whole career, college and NBA.
You were out of position your whole college career.
It's a matter of figuring out and taking advantages of your opportunities. You got to keep in mind, people don't know this. If that ball hits the backboard at any given moment, even if the ball is below the rim, it's goaltending.
On the way up, yeah.
Yeah, it's if it hits the backboard, it's goaltending. I used to use that to my advantage.
So you'd hit the backboard.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, it's a matter of getting it up there and giving them an opportunity. But I feel like JT just rushed a lot of shots, man.
Kenny was out of position his whole college career.
And in NBA.
They played him at the 5, and what are you, 6'8", 6'7"?
Yeah. What you laughing
Kenny was
at
the
in
OG,
the booth, bro?
You were the OG Draymond.
Well, a little bit.
That's fair.
A little bit. No, he was playing center, and they had dudes. So there was a guy on his team. You had 2. You had Ben Baum and you had Daniel.
And Chris Palak.
Well, and Daniel Santiago from Del Norte High School.
Yeah.
Couldn't get on the court. He was a 7-footer. He went to play Division II and ended up playing in the NBA. But
it's impressive.
Dave Bliss wouldn't put him in the game.
Yeah.
What would that have done if he let him play center and let you play power forward?
Oh, my goodness. And then Clayton Shields could have played the 3?
Right.
Right. It would have been legitimate. But
because you played the 5, Ben Baum played the 4, Clayton played the 3, David was the 1, and Spider was the 2.
Yeah, I think Ben Baum played the perimeter. I played all over.
Yeah, but you had to play with your back to the basket against Hano Matala and all those big dudes.
Oh, yeah. Remember, I had that big booty back then. You know what I'm saying? And then that drop step.
Kenny was thicker back then.
And then that drop step, man. I used to use that off arm, and it was a little chicken wing, man.
Now they call that hooking.
Yeah. Hey, they make it too obvious now. But, man, it's playing against Michael Doliak, Keith Van Horn, and Matala and those guys. It wasn't easy, right? But it comes down to guys knowing the physicalities there, right? Yeah, it set me up for success. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm blessed because of the opportunities that I got. But
they had you play in 5 in the league too.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep in mind, man. Where I was under Rudy Tomjanovich, me and Steve Francis came in the same year in '99. I was drafted 22. I didn't play my first 40 games. Scottie Pippen was there, and they traded Scottie Pippen to Portland, and then 7 guys came from Portland, like Stacey Ogman and Calvin Cato. And then next thing you know, I started playing second half of my career. And when I started playing, the only thing I did was shoot threes, man, and rebound the ball. And try.
One of those soft bigs who didn't want to go down low.
So you were the first stretch 5. You were the first stretch 5.
I was a stretch. And then it got to the point to where you got Shaq there, right? I was at the 5, and I'm like, yeah, come on, man. Like, that's not realistic. Who's an amazing guy. He's always nice to me every time I see him. But going against...
He loves seeing you.
Man, think about going against Tim Duncan and David Robinson in the Dome. Yeah, it was, man, it didn't seem real, but
you made it 11 years.
My first step was legit, and I took advantage of my quickness. And
when you lost weight, you got a lot quicker, didn't you?
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, I was still springy my freshman year.
Yeah.
But it was easier from the standpoint of I was dunking everything around the basket
as opposed
to laying it up.
And that's what we said. Yeah. We in the NCAA tournament, I mean, dudes miss at the rim so much, and I get it. Everything it's contact. Everything's contested. I appreciate the defensive effort in the tournament. But it is almost infuriating if you're rooting for. I don't care what your team is, man. You miss a lot at the rim in college basketball.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, because those are the ones that are supposed to be the bunnies, right?
They're no bunnies.
Because the perimeter obviously is a lower percentage shot when it comes to the way guys are shooting, right? But I feel like the teams that know how to win are the ones that are going to attack and especially come downhill and take advantage of opportunities and mismatches. Those are the ones that obviously the coaches that are in there now, that's why all 4 teams are number 1 seeds right now. But I'm not gonna lie, man. If Houston can get past Duke,
let's hit that next.
I got Houston.
But those 2 teams, I mean the 2 of them.
Yeah.
I love the way Houston plays defense. Kenny Thomas is in studio. We're kicking with Kenny, talking about the NCAA tournament. His Houston Rockets played the Lakers last night too.
Yes, sir.
Trying to hold on to that 2 seed. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. At AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is The Herd.
Wow. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Meyer here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Try this shit better than all my intentions. Locked in shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in Burkia. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your ProView Networks.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Live, kicking it with Kenny. Zay's in for JJ. I am merely Jeff Symbieta hanging out with these superstars. You're listening to the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Just watching the portal today. UCLA's got a guy in there today. So does Vanderbilt and Maryland and Michigan. And it's not just y'all. On April Fool's Day, the day that the Lobos will introduce Eric Olin as their new head coach.
Let's go.
All right. Final four. Duke, Houston.
Man.
Does it feel like I don't want to take anything away from Auburn. I don't want to take anything away from anybody. But, dude.
What?
I mean, it almost feels like that's the national championship game.
Yes,
Although I love Florida. Dude, I love Florida, too. All number ones. Only time it happened before was in San Antonio last time when I was there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they said that yesterday, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Man, because this should be the championship game right now.
Who do you like? To
Houston.
You like Houston to cut down this?
Houston.
Eddie Nunez gets to get a piece of the net.
Who's that?
He's the athletic director there that used to be here. He's now their athletic director.
Oh, I know another Ed Nunez.
I know that guy. But the guy that used to be the AD here.
Next subject.
Didn't you talk to him?
Yeah.
He's gonna be a national champion if they win.
That's awesome.
Yeah, probably gets bonus too.
Been there for what? 5 months?
Yeah, about that. Yeah. Probably gets bonused on that, don't you think?
Hey, great decisions, man.
Yeah.
Good for him and his family.
Yeah.
His daughters are amazing. Yeah. They were cool.
NBA last night, Rockets, Lakers. It's just one game. Mean anything?
No.
All right.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh,
what?
Potential. I think Kenny deep down is too. I think deep down Kenny's a Lakers fan.
I am.
Yeah, I think
I'm a Magic Johnson's fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's my mentor. You can Google that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Google that.
Google that.
Google me while you're at it.
No, but Austin Reeves, man, he's that X factor of that squad.
I love him. My favorite player.
Did you see the ending against the Bulls?
Yes, I did. What do you have, 31?
All I know is that was the most insane ending I've ever seen. We had Ty Murray in here, from the bull riding, and I'm like, every once in a while the Bulls win, right?
Awesome.
That was the craziest ending. That sloppy pass. LeBron's late on help getting over. Yeah. Dude drops a three. LeBron with the laziest. Zay, you defend your boy if you want.
Nope, I'm
the
not defending
laziest inbounds pass ever. Splash for another three. And then, dude hits one from midcourt to win.
Yeah, LeBron even admitted he goes on his social media and he's like, yeah, that one's on me, guys. Sorry for messing up your 10 hours of sleep.
What does that even mean?
Because he responded to some tweet that was like, it was like, man, LeBron, you got to be better than that. And he responds like, yeah, that one's on me. I admit it. Sorry, guys. I hate to mess up your 10 hours of sleep tonight.
Well, the night before, you had the tip in to win it in Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But that shot was maybe the most painful shot I've seen against the Lakers in a long time. That one hurt. But
hey, them young fellas, watch out, man. But hey, when it comes down to the playoffs, obviously the Lakers have more legacy stamina, I guess. You know what I mean? Enjoy it now.
But that Houston game was a potential playoff matchup. If the season ended right now, I'm pretty sure those are the two teams.
No, if the season ends right now, Houston's the 2 seed, and they will play the survivor or whoever's 7. It'll be Minnesota or the Clippers. Okay. And the Lakers right now are in the 4 spot. They'll get Memphis right now.
Ooh.
But Golden State's 1.5 game behind them, dude. We're really there's a real chance of Lakers Golden State in the first round, which I don't think anybody wants to see it in the first round.
No.
But do you want to see Golden State? So right now, okay, here's how.
You heard him. He don't want to see that, right? Because he knows his Lakers
he knows.
are done.
He knows. So right now, Minnesota and the Clippers are in the 7 game. So one of those is going to be the 7. And then it's Dallas and Sacramento 9-10. So let's just say, who do you like, Dallas or Sacramento?
It's a tough one, even though I played in Sacramento, obviously, right? But
and then the winner's going
to
play the
healthy.
Yeah, so then the winner will play the Clippers. So let's just say Clippers are 8. So right now it would be Oklahoma City and the Clippers, Houston versus Minnesota in the first round.
Charles Barkley said, the Clippers are they're never good. They're always bad. So
but
Clippers
they're not bad enough.
Win.
They're not bad enough, though.
Yeah,
that's the
but
thing.
they're not going to win that series, though.
Well, not the series, but will they win the play? No, they're not going to beat Oklahoma City. No.
No.
All right, then the 3-6 matchup is Denver Golden State, and 4-5 would be the Lakers and Memphis.
Ooh.
So if the Lakers get through that, then they would get Oklahoma City in the next round.
That's not good for the Lakers.
So they got to go through Memphis and OKC, 2 young teams, though. Do you like them against the young, super talented teams, or do you like them against maybe a higher seed, or I guess a lower seed, but somebody like Golden State who's got all that experience?
Well, I don't think the Lakers want to see OKC or Golden State.
At some point, you got to beat someone, don't you?
But I would, if the Lakers had a choice, I know you're probably going to agree with this one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know you'd rather go up against OKC, than the Warriors.
No, I'd rather go against the Warriors.
Yeah, man, you tripping, man.
If you look at the reason why, if you look at rosters, of course you want to say OKC, but the Lakers have been beating the Warriors a lot the past
you
couple
out your
years.
mind, man. Hey, off record, let's talk about that. If that happens, we can put some bills on that. Jimmy, out your mind. Jimmy Butler, Steph, Draymond, and the supporting cast.
Kaminga now.
Whatever.
I would much rather, because the Lakers versus the Warriors versus OKC, I'd be worried that our players could possibly burn out. I mean, we're older than the Thunder by a lot. The Warriors, we could beat the Warriors.
He said we.
We, Laker Nation as a whole. But LeBron and Luka are the spearheads of Laker Nation.
That's funny.
And Austin Reeves is the engine.
Hey, I say we too when the Lobos are playing.
Yeah, but you played for them.
Yeah, it's much different.
Get him, Jeff.
Yeah, it's much different.
Bigger disappointment. Now, I don't know who made more money or who's going to make more money, but I know 2 dudes make a dockload of money and feels like they never play. Zion or Embiid?
We were just talking about that crap.
I mean, are they shut down Zion again, right?
Yeah, he's
Joel
done.
Embiid's done.
What
he
about
might
Zion?
be done.
Well,
how long do you keep paying Zion for what he might be?
NBA money is guaranteed.
It's silly too, man.
It's insane because they know the product they're gonna get, and I think in his contract, you know what's out there on the
They're
street.
second to last. You know how many games back? First, they are 42. They're the second worst team in the West.
And CJ McCullough just shut it down too.
But yet here, keep feeding that dude bills after bills after bills.
35, 40 million. That's why nobody else would take him. That's it. Come
James
on,
Borrego
Zane.
going to get fired?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's on that bench.
Ain't funny.
He's on that bench.
Yeah, but that's gonna. I mean,
he's going to end up getting Pop's job, isn't he? If Pop steps down.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I mean, I think that's why he pulled his name out for the Lobo thing. I think he thinks he's probably in line for a head coaching job and maybe in San Antonio.
I mean, you got Willie Green over there as the head coach for New Orleans, right? I play with Willie.
Right.
The Sixers, I say we.
They're 21
The Sixers drafted him, but it's gonna, yeah, Zay. It's gonna be interesting to see, man. But that sucks because he's obviously the cornerstone of that team, supposed to be. But hey, there's a lot of people that robbed the NBA. People say I robbed the NBA. They'll ask me if I care.
Yeah, that's right. Money still spends, right?
Hey, bank account's good, bro.
The biggest, like the all what if team though. I mean, is it Embiid and Zion? I mean, like when they play, they're really good.
Yeah.
They just Kawhi. I can't put Kawhi on that because he's got 2 rings.
Yeah, it's. Man, you got to keep in mind, it's the dedication in the preseason, getting ready before the season. This is what sets you up to where it gets easier during the course of the season because you put yourself through so much.
All right, is that both of those guys? Because it feels like
Yes.
Zion's more conditioning,
Yes.
and B just keeps getting injured.
Bro, like, hey, between the both of them, like, put it like this. When it comes to Zion, we were talking about this. I was bigger in college. What did I need to do? People said I was going to eat my way out of the NBA. No, I'm not. So I hired my own personal trainer. I had one for half of my career. Then I had another one for the other half because I felt like I needed to step up my game and get better. I would go down to San Antonio and get ready with the Spurs and do the stuff that they did because they were champs, right? And then I'm setting myself up for success during the course of the season. You plan, you prep, and Joel Embiid, he might be 7 feet tall, but there's some things that he can do to help himself get stronger if you spend and invest in your well-being of being able to get better.
What about Zion?
Same thing. Come on, man. How can you have a weight loss clause in your contract to where it's like an incentive?
Look,
if you can't stay below this weight, you lose money. Come on, man. I
think-
ain't losing no money unless I get it.
But them sweet rolls over at Frontier Restaurant are good.
Man, the only time I lost money, man, is when I got in that fight with Sharif Abdul-Rahim for Martin Luther King Day when I played on the Rockets and he was in Atlanta.
You got on MLK Day?
On MLK Day
Who started
because
the
I was
fight?
locking him up. Next
I
thing you
gotta
know.
find that. Is that available?
Yes,
for
it's
me?
everywhere.
Is it?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere, I swear. I got suspended for 3 games. I was making 3 games, it was like $55,000 a game.
Yeah,
I
Isaiah
was
Stewart.
sick.
Again, they're not even suspending Isaiah Stewart for.
It's a different game now, man.
Jeez, he's the worst. Is that what Bill Laimbeer was like back in the day?
I didn't play against Bill, but
And you threw that out. Oh!
Yeah.
And then
I
he kind
gotta
of like
see.
slug and go throwing right.
And then if you look at it, here comes Jason Terry, who played with AJ Bramlett, come and hit me in the back
I
of the
need to
head.
see it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
3 games, I was sick, man.
Look, they got it on ProView Networks. Adrian went and got it. He's showing it on ProView.
No
There it
way.
is. Nice,
Hey,
Adrian.
that's awesome.
Oh, how much you get? How many games for that?
3 games, man. It was like $55,000 a game. I was sick.
Really?
Yes.
And he's throwing, you're throwing. Who threw? I can't decide who threw first.
No, I didn't. See, it
He
was
threw
the
a few
right-
though.
Hey,
You never really got one at him, did you?
No, I didn't because he was backing up. He was running.
Can he put his dukes up?
What? But if I knew, come on, man. Hey, in Sacramento, Uriah Faber's gym, 2010 to 2014. If I knew back then what I knew now, what these hands can do and these knees and legs and elbows can do, man.
What's funny is you're trying to stay locked in on the play, and then eventually you're like, all right, I gotta square this guy up.
He's coming at you too.
You're like, I gotta
Leave
square
me.
up with him.
Oh, he did. He kind of caught you on the left part of the face.
Hey,
And
boy.
he's just throwing.
You
while
see
he's
him
running
running?
away.
You
He
see
is
him running?
away.
You see him running from
I
that
do.
beast?
I do.
From that
He is
beast.
running away from
Talk
it.
about myself in third person.
All right. When are you back? Friday?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right. What do we got? Friday we'll have. We'll be going into the Final Four.
Yeah.
And we'll have a new coach. I think it's April Fool's today, right? I mean, I like they called this press conference. I think they're going to announce a new coach.
Yeah. Man, it's a very exciting time. Don't be laughing at me, man, because my little starter box there for a second. It's a great time for Lobo basketball. Oh, he's watching the video. That's awesome, right? But hey, that was Sharif Abdul-Rahim. Hey, he was probably
I know
making
who
a
it was.
couple $100,000 a game at that time. Probably. I know
see,
he was really sick.
you win. See, I'm making as much as you, so I'm not losing as much as
Hey,
you.
it wasn't during my big contract, so yeah. I'm excited for Lobo Nation, man, in this community. This is awesome.
All right, go eat. Man. Have you eaten yet?
Hey, I gotta announce this. My partnership with APD.
Yeah.
I was at Miss Sprinkles yesterday.
I love Mrs. Sprinkles. Addie worked there last summer.
I was there.
Tell her what's up from Addie.
Doing a PSA. If she's listening right now, the owner.
Love her.
I just want to thank APD for giving me the opportunity to partner up, and we're just getting started. There's a lot of things we're going to be doing together in the summer for kids. They have some kids camps, and I have some basketball camps coming up with AJ Bramlett, and I have some basketball tournaments coming up too. Cinco de Mayo with the city of Rio Rancho, Memorial Day weekend. And after Christmas, which is a while away, hey everybody, Jeff showing me the video of me fighting Sharif.
That elbow just missed. All right, we'll catch you on Friday, man.
That's awesome. I appreciate you guys.
He is Kenny Thomas. That was Kicking It with Kenny. Zay and I return now in the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Fakes right, turns left again, turns right, flips it up.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past.
I mean, it's been a minute since I watched Kenny and Sharif. What year was that?
That's a great question.
2002.
Yep.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim fights Kenny Thomas.
I like the way they worded it. He fights Kenny. They don't get in a fight. He fights Kenny.
So good. All right, it's the opening drive. Zay's in for JJ. Hope you enjoyed the Kenny segment. Jeffrey, No One, Jose, and Isaiah Thomas. No, that says Isaiah Johnson. You could have started the OD with, we're going to build a beautiful new university stadium. It's going to happen fast. It's going to happen faster than anybody's ever seen before. It's going to go up quicker than any stadium you've ever seen in the past. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And with Elon in charge, construction. It's going to cost less. It's going to be almost nothing, and Mexico's going to pay for it. Teams from all over the world are going to want to play in a beautiful new stadium. It's from Dan.
Okay.
Yeah. We're building a new stadium. April Fools.
Yeah, like the suggestion, Dan. Should have done it.
Yeah, we should have. But Dan did it. All right, this one says, this is a text line, 505-246-0610. From Grandpa Mike, local kid doing great things nationally and internationally. Devin Garcia competed in Estonia, Zay. That's near Russia.
Okay.
In the Tallinn Open. Second year in a row, he won both Greco and freestyle wrestling. 38 countries, 2,335 athletes competing. He was one of only 3 kids who won both this year. Very proud of 13-year-old Devin Garcia. And he sent me a bunch of pictures.
That's crazy.
Dude, I'm proud of him, too. That's insane.
To be the top of anything, with that many people involved, it takes unlimited amounts of dedication.
Dude, this is so cool. There's 2 gold medals. The kids, like, talent world. Good for you, man. Congratulations, Devin. I want to get him on the radio. Mike, Grandpa Mike, send me a text. I want to get him on the radio. I want to talk to Devin this week.
100%.
I mean, absolutely. All right, text line. Jeff is someone who frequents the LA area. In-N-Out always has an extremely long line, but they also have the most efficient drive-through system in the industry.
Okay.
Now, it's some of them are good. I'm gonna push back a little, man. Sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's really not. It depends on which one you go. I was one in Huntington Beach about a month ago, and it was dinner time. I'll give you that. I went and bought like 6 burgers, and I was bringing home dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go very. I didn't like it. Steve from Michigan says, Jeff, you guys should get Chick-fil-A. The line's 2 days long. Yeah, Chick-fil-A's lines are long, but Chick-fil-A, to me, they're the best. They're the most efficient.
Yeah, because they got people coming all through the line. Like, they'll walk up to your car way before you're even at the window.
Yeah, and then they merge the lanes. They make sure they're in the right order. No, they got that mess down. And you pay before you get to the window. And, yeah, that.
You can tell Chick-fil-A, they try their best to make sure their consumers are happy at all times.
I agree. All right, I don't know if he's doing the 2-step or the cha-cha, but boy, is he dancing around the question. Who's that? Is that Kenny? What time did that come in? 9:07. Must have been. What question did I ask him? I don't even know.
I think we started out talking about the coach. The coach. If you like the coach, maybe he was talking about the group chat. Maybe right. If he's excited or not, that's got to be it.
All right. You guys comparing our portal problems to UCLA is a joke. We have 2 people left on our team, and we've lost commits. There are maybe 1 or 2 other programs that have lost as much that I've lost as much as we have so far. I think compare your.
I was going to say compares a really really strong word.
I said everybody's got them in. When you lose your coach, now go look. Probably Xavier. I'm going to guess, and I don't know for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm going to guess Xavier and VCU and all these places. Like look, Maryland, right? Maryland lost their coach. Everybody's pouring into the portal. I didn't compare you. I said everybody gets it. So for next year, when you say that we better not have anybody in the portal, that's not going to happen because everybody's got guys in the portal. I didn't say you're as bad off as or UCLA's as bad off as you. No, I get it. New Mexico's roster right now has been decimated by the portal, and that's what happens when the coach leaves.
More so empathizing.
Well, my point is everybody's got dudes in the portal from Michigan to Alabama to UCLA to everybody. Nobody's immune. And so when I read that email that says, next year we better not have guys going in, it's just the way it is. All right. Some guy won tickets to PBR, man. Told your promotion manager to hold me. What do you want me to do? I got to get those tickets out. All right, I'll work on that too. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. Little NFL news this morning. The tush push ban. Zay, they were voting on banning the tush push. Well, they were, but it's April Fool's. And so they're tabling it to have further discussion. So no vote on tush push today.
Yeah, I saw that. So I guess I think the only angle you can take if you get rid of that play is trying to say that it's not a football play, although it technically is.
I'm telling you, it's going to be just like the torpedo bat thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be what it is.
Do it or leave it alone. Do it or stop complaining, huh?
Yeah, and then they did vote that both teams would get at least one possession in overtime. They didn't expand overtime to 15 minutes. They're leaving it at 10, but both teams will get a touch, even if the first team scores. All right, if you're there, stay there. Got to burn this last break. Come back to you. Wrap it up on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with the Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
On their roster, none. We just got one. Don't compare us to UCLA. I didn't compare it to UCLA. I didn't. I said, well, if you want to make this comparison, you can. But everybody's got guys in the portal. Indiana has no guys left. They just had a coaching change. So following the departure of Mike Woodson, right? They hired Darian DeVries. The whole team's in the portal. Everybody, or graduated. It is what it is, man. I'm not telling you to like it. I'm not even telling you that you should feel better because everybody else is in the same boat. It is what it is. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, with us getting a new coach, we have to change our name to the New America Lobos. Probably pretty soon, yeah. And I think Lobos is a little too Spanish, so it'll probably be New America Wolves. Jeffrey, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Jeffrey.
Well, this is Terry. Unless you want to change my name, Jeff.
No, dude. There was one line lit, and I thought it was Jerry. But yeah, I guess Terry. Yeah, this is about your time. Hi, Terry.
Yeah, this is about my time. You know, you've called me worse. So Jeff calling me Jeff is fine. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Isaiah. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm just going a little history today since Cook County end. You were talking about DePaul, and local kid Jim Mitchum. He met him at Jefferson, but he went to Pius. And then Denver University, and he was the starting center for DePaul in the 1980 Final Four. I think he came back to town, became Dr. Mitchum, but it was one of the 3 that I know, 3 local kids that have played in the Final Four. Obviously, AJ, and then Alan Zahn. I don't know if others have done it, but from that. But then I was going back to '68. The West Regional was here. It was UNM, New Mexico State, Santa Clara, and UCLA. And State had to get there by beating Weber State. So there was 5 teams back then in the West region, 23 total. So, you know, it's great. UCLA had their run, but it's such a different world that, you know, they've won 1 title in 50 years, but I don't know how long it'll take anybody to catch them in titles because with that streak. And back then they kept you in your region. They didn't float you across the country. So that you know, it limited. And Wooden was great and all that. And Bruin James, and you're fine. Have your day, but it is a different world. And so, you know, right now I would say, you know, people are going, oh, nobody made it. The Big East the last 10 years had won 4 titles, and then they don't have anybody there. I picked on the Big Ten a couple of weeks ago, and I'll pick on them again. Their last title was in 2001. Yet they're the almighty great Big Ten. You can ask Jerry Palm; he'll still say it. Right. It's that good, tough. They play tough basketball, and that's what you need to do unless you want to win titles.
Except for they're not in the Final Four.
Yeah. But I'll join the crowd. KU, I think their whole team's in the portal. I don't know how the hell Hunter Dickinson got another year of eligibility.
7.
Yes, I don't know what he did. I mean, his mobility is like me, and I'm a 66-year-old man with bad hips. And, you know, he'll score some points for somebody wherever he goes. But, 7, I don't know where that can. And that's where records, again, there's a lot of records now that can't be broken.
That's right.
Or games played and all that, because with all these extra years, kids got to play. Yeah. And I still feel for freshmen. Because so many, even Patino, the older Patino, has said, I'm not recruiting freshmen. You know, I'm just looking for transfers. And so, you know, I do feel for them somewhat. The money's there. Good luck for them. You know, everybody gets their bag. I'm glad for Donovan. So yeah, it's not a woe me, it's a woe everybody now that it's just shuffle the deck and everybody pick a new team, and that's the way it is. So
for a year, and then go.
Always to hear you guys talk, whether you call me Jeff or whoever, that's fine. You can call me. You know,
call me Ray.
Just don't call me late to dinner.
That's right.
So you guys have a wonderful day. Be safe. Take care.
Last hour, Gary Norman from Michigan State went in the portal. Jalen Crocker Johnson, Colorado State, went in the portal. Trey Holloman, the guard from Michigan State, went in the portal in the last hour. Ernest Ude from TCU, a 4-star, went in the portal. I mean, this is all in the last hour. Like, every time I keep updating this, it's like, I don't know what the number is in there. I can't figure out how to find out exactly how many dudes are in there. But I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, yeah, there's dudes from everywhere. Really good players. You'll put a team together, you're going to have enough money, and you're going to shuffle the deck this year and shuffle it again next year. Again, I'm not comparing you to UCLA in that regards.
Yeah.
But again, when look at the schools who had a coaching change, and look at the portal, and you're not sitting by yourself, and it's not just you, and it's not just the group of or the non-powers. Although the non-powers get hit hard, they do. All right, you coming in tomorrow? When are you coming in again?
So I will be back on the 14th. And I'll be here.
So I'll be done on the 14th?
Yeah, I think I'll be here for about 2 weeks straight, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm here 2 days that week. Yeah, I'll be here on the 14th and the 18th.
Okay, cool. So maybe I'll be filling in for JJ
16, 17. All right. Thank you to Kenny Thomas. He was with us today. The Herd with Colin Coward's next. Jim Rome show after that. 2 Men On comes in at 4. We're back. And then you get Ice Scopes baseball tonight against Salt Lake at 6:15. We're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work on the video. Great work at getting the Kenny Thomas stuff up there. Zay, great job. Thank you for getting up early this morning.
Of course.
Be good to each other, please. Have a great, safe Tuesday. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, and we'll smell you tomorrow.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?